I'm Nadine from Bluemina Citizenship and Residency. I'm here today with a good friend, Nestor Alfred, the head of the Citizenship by Investment Unit of Saint Lucia, also the chairman of the Citizenship by Investment Programs Association. So I'd first like to thank you, Nestor, for being here in our offices in Dubai. I'd also like to extend my congratulations to you on your new appointment as chairman. So congratulations.
Thank you very much, Nadine. And again, it's really a pleasure as well being here in your offices and to have a chit chat with you, more so in regard to St Lucia's program and how we can collaborate, and more so what does it mean for your many applicants or clients.
Excellent. Actually, we're also very happy to offer the Saint Lucia Citizenship by Investment Program. If you could just briefly explain to us, how can one obtain a Saint Lucian citizenship?
Well, like all of the other programs that exist in the Caribbean region who are offering this program, the process itself is a very straightforward process. It starts with the completion of an application form. And the primary reason for this application form is to give the unit an opportunity to know exactly who you are. So your name, your date of birth, etc. Is information that is so important for us to get an appreciation as to who you are. When this application is submitted through an electronic portal, this application is reviewed. If there are any outstanding matters after this application, then the unit instantly writes the service provider based in St Lucia, i.e. what those issues are and what needs to be clarified. If there are no issues with the application moves instantly to the next stage, which is the conduct of due diligence. The hallmark of St Lucia's program is centered on due diligence. And therefore, the due diligence process is a two-pronged process. Firstly, we hire a third-party due diligence firm to conduct a background checks on those individuals, who they are, what school they went to, can the information they submitted in the application form, can that information be validated? And so it's a very thorough background check that is done on those applicants based on the information that they initially submitted in the application. When that report is then complete, it is submitted to us within a time period. The other approach to the due diligence is working with our law enforcement to obtain the required intelligence information on this applicant. And when all of this is put together, the application is then reviewed by the Citizenship by Investment Unit. A recommendation then is made to the board of directors of the program, who then review this and make a decision on that particular application. If the application is granted, then a citizenship certificate is then issued to the applicant. So the process itself is a very simple process, and it's the same process that all of the other islands would utilize in making that decision.
Okay, that's excellent. That's great. And in terms of investment paths, we were very happy to hear that St. Lucia has now introduced an approved real estate project. Can you just tell us a little bit about the project?
Yeah, sure. In fact, Nadine, I'm quite excited to tell about this project because it's actually, for the 3 years in which St. Lucia has been part of this program, it's actually the very first time that we have actually gone into that route of granting citizenship through the real estate. So I'm really excited. And we have one developer who is going to be undertaking this project. In fact, this project is going to be one of the biggest within the Eastern Caribbean islands. But that route of citizenship via the real estate is an area that any jurisdiction have to look at very seriously, because what you don't want is one of your clients making a sizable investment into such a route of citizenship, and this doesn't work out. So St. Lucia has recognized this. St. Lucia has learned from its other sister islands in regard to the strengths, to the weaknesses, and therefore From St. Lucia's perspective, we've developed a framework that underpins the real estate option. And that framework ensures that there is some accountability, there is some responsibility, and there's some transparency in regard to how this process will go. So from the onset, in ensuring that there's this transparency, there's this accountability, one of the best ways to start this is to ensure that every investment that is made by this applicant goes not to the developer, but goes into an escrow account. That escrow account will be managed by an independent escrow agent. That escrow agent will be approved by the Citizenship by Investment Unit of St. Lucia. So there are certain pre-requirements that must be met before one can choose to be an escrow agent. Then we are going to be very much involved in approving the triggers of withdrawal from the escrow account. So Nadine, what we have done is to create a platform that would at least give the unit some level of confidence that there will be a smooth flow of process in respect to the real estate. And I think we are really excited about this. And I think it's a wonderful project that you should encourage any of your clients to invest in if they choose to.
So in your point of view, who would be the perfect applicant to obtain a St. Lucian citizenship?
You know, it starts with the ideal candidate is obviously have to be someone who has the capacity to meet the minimum requirement of $100,000 US dollars in regard to the donation side. But if you go deeper than this, beyond the ability to meet that dollar amount, it's really someone of good character, someone who is a good citizen, and someone who can become a citizen of St. Lucia and still hold that honor of being a good St. Lucian as well.
That's excellent. That's very good. And are there any nationality restrictions as to who can obtain or who can apply for citizenship?
St. Lucia has never had a restrictive list. In other words, St. Lucia has opened this program to all persons who want the ability to have this mobility, international mobility throughout this world, to all those who want to be participants in the commerce of this world, to all those persons who now have the opportunity of not being restricted by the country of birth. So there is absolutely no restrictive list.
That's great. So, of course, there are many islands who offer citizenship by investment. So Caribbean islands such as St. Kitts and Nevis, Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, and Grenada, and of course, St. Lucia. And what would you say makes St. Lucia stand out, not only as a citizenship program, but maybe as a country as a whole?
Great. So maybe then before I even say what makes St. Lucia stand out, I think it's only right that I endorse how beautiful the Caribbean islands are. There are unique features about the Caribbean islands: the blue skies, the beautiful turquoise waters, the white sand, the friendly people, the fresh air, the cool breeze from the Caribbean Sea. So these are unique features within the Caribbean, and I think that's what makes the Caribbean such an ideal location for vacation, for living. But there are some distinct features within the region that makes them stand apart. And if I can safely say that St. Lucia's distinctive features is in regard to its people. It's industrious, very welcoming people. I can speak about St. Lucia has spent a tremendous financial resources in bringing airlifts into St. Lucia. So the tourism product is supported by an enormous airlift with direct flights to Europe, to Germany, and to North America. And I think that in itself has contributed tremendously to St. Lucia's tourism product being such an attractive product. Then there's the issue about the financial system itself. St. Lucia has a financial system that is quite robust. There is the international financial services sector, which consists of, for example, private banks. Those private banks have a multi-currency platform that allows persons to have the opportunity to trade in different countries with different currencies. The country has a fantastic and very modern telecommunication system and a wonderful infrastructure in regard to a road network. The island also has and can boast to have one of the best deep water harbors. And Nadine, if I can stress on this, it is the most interesting harbor that you can come across in the world. It goes all the way through the capital city. And at any one point in time, this harbor can accommodate 3 mega ships. I'm talking about mega cruise ships that contains about 6,000 people. Wow. So the country has those features. And then let me also say that St. Lucia can boast to have a very solid educational system. And in fact, St. Lucia is the only country in the world that has the highest number of Nobel laureates. But let me say per capita. So for a country of 170,000 people, we have 2 Nobel laureates. And that is a testimony, a clear testimony of the length, the breadth, and the depth of our educational system. So, and I can go on and on. We can spend the whole interview talking about some of the unique features of what makes St. Lucia different. So I can safely say that St. Lucia has some enormous qualities that distinguishes it from the rest of the other islands within the region.
That's excellent. I learned lots of new things today about St. Lucia that I had not known. So that's great. That's really great. And so my last question would be, and I often get this question by clients, but what are the main and highlighting benefits of becoming a St. Lucian?
Well, you instantly become part of a wonderful group of people, a country that believes in its people. You become part of a family, and you become part of a country that is well respected by the international world, whether it is United States, United Kingdom. St. Lucia seems to have a very special place. St. Lucia's economy is stable, so St. Lucia in St. Lucia you become part of a community that has a voice that stands for what is right. So I think you are coming to a very well connected and very well placed community of people.
That's excellent. Okay, I want to thank you for taking the time to come to our office and to answering to all these questions. And I hope to see you very soon, hopefully in St. Lucia next time.
Thank you. And Nadine, I want to say thank you so very much. And for all your potential clients who are listening to this interview, I want to say to them that it's going to be good you becoming a citizen of St. Lucia. I think this program in itself presents wonderful opportunities for persons, wonderful opportunities for investment. And I want to thank companies like yourself, which is opening the door for persons to become citizens of this world. So I want to say thank you as well.